Hello, everybody. We're back. I was trying to get here at around 6, but I guess 7 o'clock it is. Remember, everybody, it's only February and people have already destroyed the clock. You can't reset it. You've broke the reset button. So, shall we begin with Chapter 4 of Electronic Computer Science? You can't tell, but my face is... I basically look like the smiling people from We Happy Few. So, how's everybody doing? And prepare. How we doing? We're going to learn about input and output hardware. Oh boy. As long as you don't commit to streaming at any one time, no one will know when you are late. Yep. Hey, listen, I had a schedule, and unfortunately, that schedule's being tossed out the window with how things are turning out. Turns out, looks like late nights are probably actually going to be the only times I stream. Though I can't count that all the time. You never know. You never know. Why can't people be... Literally before I got on stream. Well, two things. Before I got on stream, I was looking up... Hold on. I'm like reading this textbook via like off my phone, and it would be pretty bad if the you know, my textbook died in front of me. I literally, two things. Number one, I find out that there's these like twins in this game. Ironically, I'm also doing my computer homework. Let's be computer buddies, because that's pretty much how it is. What is it? I'm like on my phone. I'm like looking at this new game because I got the ad for it like yesterday. Atomic Heart. I've never heard of it. It looks nice and sleek. I like it. And then I find out that they're these twin characters, which, let's be real here, no matter what you were gonna do, the twins were always going to go down the pit of sexualization, but you can't blame the developers for making some good models. I'm gonna just call it like it is. Those are some pretty sweet models. Especially since it's so simple yet super effective. And number two, someone's getting cancelled. It's February. Not in Black History Month. Sorry, me and my sister, we were joking earlier about how like two of my favorite memes. I'm only gonna say one of them. One of two of my favorite memes that have come out of this year is not during Black History Month. It's so funny. It's like gotten so funny because now you can just apply it to anything. The cake has been stolen. Not during Black History Month. All right. And then somebody's getting canceled. Why can't... Music Boy, can you please explain to me why people can't be normal? Can we just not be terrible people? I'm not saying we can be perfect. We're never gonna be perfect. Nobody's gonna be perfect in this world. But, like, the bar is not really all that high. The bar is not that high. Let's see. I'm answering this question currently. How might you use the component in the BAT Hide system, which are also on mobile phones today, to design a biometric authentication system for remote workers to gain access to sensitive classified information at home? Would specific integration or one or two individual components be more or less secure than a mobile platform-based censored suite? Why? I'm not sure what this completely means, but if I had to guess, can't you just combine the two? Like, make one or two components that are also the same, that have the same access classifications? Then it can be like, then you can keep replicating it. And it's not like all that bad. At least that's how I see it. By the way, BAT and HIDE are systems used in secure rooms in the Pentagon. Ah, I see. So you're applying to be an FBI agent. Alright, let's get started before I end up getting distracted and taking this longer. I know this thing is like... Chapter 4 is like over 30 pages. Most computer... Keyboards. We're learning about inputs... No, this is school homework. Ah, I see. Alright, we're learning about input and output, everybody. Give it up for input and output. What I might do is every 5 or so pages, I might stop, take a break to talk to you guys, so that I can, like, get it done so that I'm not starting, and, like, getting distracted too much. So, we'll see. Keyboards. Most computers today are designed to be used with a keyboard, a device used to enter characters at the location on the screen marked by the intersection point or cursor, typically a blinking vertical line. If it was an FBI stuff, I can't put that on Twitch chat. That's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to think. After all, as I've heard on Twitter, everything is a psyops if you think hard enough. Keyboards can be built into a device attached by inserting the keyboard wired cable or wireless receiver into the USB port or connected via a wireless networking connection, such as Bluetooth, which is discussed in Chapter 7. Give it up for Chapter 7, everybody! A typical desktop computer keyboard is shown in Figure Blah. Like most keyboards, this keyboard contains standard alphanumeric keys to input text and numbers, as well as additional keys used for various purposes. For instance, this keyboard contains a numeric keypad for entering numbers, function keys such for issuing commands in some programs, delete and backspace keys for deleting characters, control and alt keys for issuing commands in conjunction with other keys on the keyboard, such as Control S, I never use Control S, to save the current document in some programs. I don't like Control S. I know that sounds weird, and I know people are like, use Control S to save. I don't feel secure when it's Control S. I don't feel secure if I do Control S. I gotta click the actual button. Basically, my homework is to say how the Pentagon could set up work from home for working on super classified documents. I have never used Control S in my life. So people use Control S for stuff like art programs and stuff, but I can never trust it. I gotta click the little icon. I gotta personally click the icon. Number one, I'm left-handed, so I can't really do the whole draw with your hand and use my left hand to focus on other things. But the thing is, though, is like I'm majority like left hand, so I use my left hand to write, but also to use the keys. So I have to click the icon for me personally. That's how and that makes it more secure for me. That's something that I have made is saved. Unless the computer crashes, then I'll just cry. Control S to save the current document in some programs, the arrow key, and the arrow keys for moving around within a document. Some keyboards also contain special keys that are used for a specific purpose, such as to control the speaker volume or DVD playback, or to launch an email program or favorite website. To allow individuals to work under a variety of lighting conditions, such as in a dark living room or an airplane, keyboards today are increasingly using illuminated keys to light up the characters on the keyboard. Many computer keyboards today include touchpads, scroll wheels, and other components for easier control over some functions, such as a gesture input, shortly discussed, or scrolling through the documents. Some keyboards also include a fingerprint reader or other biometric reader that can be used for identification purposes, as discussed in more detail later in this chapter and in Chapter 9. In addition, some keyboards are made for languages other than English, and some keyboards are designed for special purposes, such as to allow easy input for specific systems, such as a library electronic card catalog or a company database to input music into a computer, such as a MIDI keyboard used for piano compositions, or to be regularly or easily sterilized, such as a keyboard used in hospitals. Notebook and netbook computers usually have a keyboard that is similar to desktop keyboard. But it is typically smaller, contains fewer keys. It often has no numeric keypad, for instance, and the keys are typically placed somewhat closer together. To make inputting data easier, notebook, netbook, and other tablet computer users can also connect and use a conventional keyboard if their computer contains an appropriate port, such as a USB port or Bluetooth capabilities. While some mobile devices have a built-in physical keyboard, many tablets, smartphones, and other mobile devices have only an on-screen keyboard that can be used with touch or pen input, which is discussed shortly in Figure Blah. The order and layout of the keys on a mobile device keyboard can be different from the order and layout of a conventional keyboard, and the keyboard layout may vary from device to device. For easier data entry, an external keyboard, either a keyboard built into a tablet case or a standalone keyboard that connects to the device via a wired or wireless connection when needed. See universal keyboard. Can often be used. New input method for mobile devices are under development as well. For instance, tiny keyboards such as those used on smartwatches as seen in figure below can automatically zoom in on the part of the keyboard you touch to allow you to touch a larger key for your final selection. What? As well as try to predict what you are typing to save keystrokes. And the SWYPE, the Swipe app, enables users with compatible on-screen keyboards to continuously drag through the letters in a word to spell that word, instead of having to type each letter separately. For instance, on the tablet shown in figure below, the image dragged through the letter that spelled Seattle to enter the data in the map app. I'm the map app, the map app, the map app. It was too easy. I'm sorry. Pointing and touch device. I'm the map app. It's not funny. It's not funny, guys. It's just the map app. Pointing and touch devices. In addition to a keyboard or computers today In addition to a keyboard, most computers today are used in conjunction with some type of pointing device. Pointing devices are used to select and manipulate objects, to input certain types of data, such as handwritten data, and to issue commands to the computer. The most common pointing devices are the mouse, the pen, stylus, and devices that use touch input. For a look at a possible input option for the future, perceptual computing, see the trend box. I'm not looking at the trend box. Mice. The mouse. The mouse is the most common pointing device for a desktop computer. It is typically resting on the desk or other flat surface close to the user's computer, but it is moved across the surface with the user's hand at the appropriate direction to point to and select objects on the screen. As it moves, an on-screen mouse pointer, usually an arrow, moves accordingly. Once the mouse pointer is pointing to the desired object on the computer, the buttons on the mouse are used to perform actions on that option, such as to open a hyperlink, to select tags, or to resize an image. Similar to keyboards, mice today typically connect via a USB port or via a wireless connection. Older mechanical mice have a ball exposed on the bottom surface of the mouse to control the pointer movement. Virtually all mice today are optical mice or laser mice that track movement with LED or laser light respectively. There are also mice that support two-dimensional gesture, such as touch mice, refer to figure below, designed for Windows devices. Instead of buttons, these mice include a touch surface on top of the mice in order to support finger swipes and other gestures for convenient navigation. In addition to being used with desktop computers, mice can also be used with portable computers, such as notebooks, tablets, and netbooks, as long as the appropriate port, such as a USB port, is available, or the mouse can convert via Bluetooth. There are also special cordless presenter mice that can be used by presenters to control on-screen slideshows. Mice are used to start programs, open, move around and edit documents, draw or edit images, and more. Some of the most common mouse operations can be described in figure what? I gotta admit, I kind of hate touchpads. Not completely. If I have to use it, I have to use it. But like touchpads, it's all right. I'd rather use a mouse. Not completely though. It depends. I don't mind for a laptop. Just don't put it in my everyday life. Pens and styluses. Many devices today, including computers, tablets, and smartphones, can accept pen input. That is, input by writing, drawing, or tapping on the screen with a pen-like device called a stylus. Sometimes a stylus, also called a digital pen, electronic pen, or pen, is simply a plastic device with no additional functionality. Other times, it is a pressure-sensitive device that transmits a pressure applied by the user to the device that the stylus is being used with in order to allow more precise input. These more sophisticated styluses are typically powered by the device with which they are being used, with a smooth, rounded tip so they don't scratch the screen, and contains buttons or switches to perform actions such as erasing content or right-clicking. The idea behind pen input and digital writing in general is to make using a computer or other device as convenient as writing with a pen, while adding the functionality that pen input can provide, such as converting handwritten pen input to editable typed text. Pen input is being used increasingly for photography, graphic design, animation, industrial design, document processing, and healthcare applications. In addition to supporting handwritten input, referred to as inking, digital pens can be used to navigate through a document and issue commands to the computer. Pens can also be used to provide easier touch input for mobile device users who have long fingernails, who wear gloves in the winter, or who have a device with a screen that is too small to have accurate touch input via a finger. Some of the most common devices that use pen input are discussed next. Pen-based computers and mobile devices. Although their capabilities depend on the type of device and software being used, pen input can also be used in a variety of computers and mobile devices today. Most often, pens are used with mobile devices and tablet computers to both input handwritten text and sketches and to manipulate objects, such as to select an option for a menu, select text, or resize an image. They can also be used with a desktop or notebook computer if the device supports pen input. Recent versions of Windows support both pen and touch input, but the display screen being used with the Windows device must support this type of input in order for you to use it. To enable a regular Windows computer to function as a pen-enabled touch computer, new digital pens that use a USB receiver to transmit the pen's location information to a computer are available. Depending on the software being used, handwritten input can issue commands to the computer, be stored as an image, can be stored as an image, be stored as handwritten characters that can be recognized by the computer, or converted into editable typed text. For the latter two options, software with handwriting recognition capabilities must be used. With handwriting recognition, the computer interprets data handwritten data handwritten with a digital pen as individual characters. For instance, handwritten notes can be converted by a computer to typed notes and data written on a digital form, such as the patient assessment form shown in figure blah. Can be handwritten on the screen using a stylus and then automatically converted into typed text. The use of handwriting recognition technology in conjunction with digital forms save time, reduce paper waste, and increase data accuracy. The use of digital form is growing rapidly and expected to continue to grow as companies increasingly move towards digital records and digital documents such as the Electronic Health Records, EHRs. In addition, the U.S. government is converting many paper forms to electronic forms. For example, the U.S. Department of Defense, DOD, it's not DAD, it's DOD, has announced a new form of management system that allows nearly 1,000 electronic forms used by DOD entities, including the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the Office of Secretary of Defense, to be filled out, saved, digitally signed, and submitted electronically. This new system is expected to save time and minimize the need for printed copies. Oh man, but yeah, this book is old. Hey yo, it's me, Exemplarium. It's been so long. As you can see, I'm stuck doing homework, and it's either cancel streams or do it while I stream. Might as well do it while I stream. I'm stuck here forever. I'm stuck. Digital writing systems are pen-based systems that capture handwriting input as it is being written. Some digital writing systems are handwritten apps that allow you to create handwritten documents that can be stored on the device or in a cloud account. Others, such as the one in figure blah and sometimes referred to as smart pens, require the use of special paper that contains a grid of dots of the pen. So the pen, which contains a camera, can determine what is being written or drawn on the paper and where that data was written on the paper. The handwritten input is transferred to a computer, tablet, smartphone, or cloud account via a Bluetooth or Wi-Fi wireless connection. If the digital handwriting system being used supports handwriting recognition, the handwritten text can be converted to typed text. The digital writing system shown in figure blah has an extra feature to facilitate students taking notes. Note-taking, to record audio, and can play back a recording made at the time a note was written by just tapping the appropriate words with the pen. Let me see. Yeah, I've been dealing with an art block as well as taking a break from Twitch, but finally back to drawing and streaming. Ah, yes. Not gonna lie, I completely forgot you were a streamer. What is it? Look. All the people are starting to come back. I can't remember everybody. It makes me upset that I can't, but oh well. What can you do? Homework, that is. Because homework's got me gripped. Homework's got me gripped by the curls. Graphics tablets. A graphics tablet, also called a pen tablet or digitizing tablet, is nobody calls it a digitizing tab. What? I don't bring it up that much, but don't worry, lol. Nah, that's alright. That's alright. I am I'm already tired, and we've only been at this for 30 minutes. Digitizing tablet is a flat touch-sensitive tablet used in conjunction with a digital pen, referred to blah. The graphics tablet is typically connected to a computer via USB port or a wireless connection, and anything drawn or written on the graphics tablet is automatically transferred to... Oh no! I was trying to move the notification and then it sent me away! No, where am I? I'm glad this PDF is only not even that long. Connection of graphics tablet is automatically transferred to connected computer. The graphics tablet can also be used to issue commands to the computer. Graphics artists, photographers, and other graphics professionals often use graphics tablets in conjunction with image editing software to create original images or to modify digital photographs. Graphic tablets can also be used to add overall pen capabilities to the computer. Signature capture devices. Another type of pen-based input is the signature capture device. One example, blah. These devices are found most often in checkout counters to recognize signatures used to authorize credit card purchases electronically. Delivery companies, restaurants, retail stores, and other services may also use a signature capture device or a mobile device with the stylus and appropriate software to record authorizing signatures. Touchscreens allow the user to touch the screen. The floor is the floor. With his or her finger to select commands or otherwise provide input to the device associated with the touchscreen. Touchscreens are common on computers as well as on smartphones and other devices in order to provide easy input. While desktop monitors, all-in-one PCs, and conventional notebooks, computers can also use touch input. It is most practical and comfortable when the touch screen is not vertical. As a result, extensive touch input is most appropriate with hybrid notebook, tablet computers, mobile devices, and other devices that can be held in more horizontal position. Many touch screens today are multi-touch. That is, they can recognize input from more than one finger at a time, such as using two fingers to enlarge or rotate an image on the screen. Similar multi-touch products are used for large wall displays, such as for use in museum, government command centers, and newsrooms. For instance, news anchors can use large multi-touch screens to display maps, photos, videos, charts, and other data during broadcasts, and businesses can use them in conference rooms. Another touchscreen option is the table PC, a large screen computer either built onto a table or designed to be used on a table. That allows multi-touch input from multiple users. Table PCs can be used by several individuals at once to play games together, work together on projects, participate in an interactive museum display together, and so forth. Touchscreens are also used in consumer kiosks, restaurant order systems, and other point-of-sales POS systems, and they are useful for on-the-job applications such as factory work, where it might be impractical to use a keyboard or mouse. A growing trend is to use touchscreens that provide tactile feedback in a slight movement or other physical sensation in response to the user's touch, so they know their input has been received by the computer. For a closer look at another emerging trend for mobile device displays, augmented reality, see the How It Works box. I'm not seeing the How It Works box, which while touchscreens make many devices today, such as computers, smartphones, televisions, and many other consumer electronics, more convenient for the majority of individuals to use, there is a concern that these devices and their applications are not accessible to blind individuals, users with limited mobility, and other individuals with a disability. There are also concerns at the possible health ramifications of using vertical touchscreens extensively. Ergonomic use related to touchscreens and other computing hardware, as well as ability issues, are discussed later in Chapter 13. Let's see, I don't bring it up often, though I'm surprised how often the streams I follow remember me. Would be this assignment. I am in a computer science class because I want to learn how to code so I can make games for you guys, for myself, But unfortunately, I gotta get through the computer science class, because if I get through the computer science class, it's a requirement so that I can actually take the coding class. But I can't read these books on my own because I have the attention span of a gerbil, because there's so many words. If I wanted to, I could have started reading this in the morning time, and then I wouldn't have, because I would have quit after the first paragraph. The only reason why I'm reading this is because this is the closest thing we're getting to ASMR on this channel, and I still gotta get this thing done. Like I said earlier, it's either drop this, it's either cancel streams until my entire semester is done because of this specific class, or just do my homework during stream. That sounded like rambling? It was. It was rambling, because unfortunately I have to read this whole big old textbook of 30 pages. Contentify homework, exactly. Listen, Exemplarium, it gets it. They get it. You get it. You get it. I gotta upload these VODs. I gotta upload these VODs eventually, though. I'm not gonna lie. I keep saying I'm gonna do it, but I gotta create the thumbnail for it. But then I gotta like make sure I have it. Just call me exempt. It saw that word struggle. Yeah, I'm struggling right now. I don't even know I'm tired. Probably because I went like to bed late, knowing full well that I probably shouldn't. Probably after stream I should have immediately headed to bed. Other pointing devices. As few other common pointing devices are described next and shown in Figure Blah. In addition to these and other pointing devices discussed in this chapter, pointing devices specifically designed for users with limited mobility are available. These pointing devices, along with ergonomic keyboards, Braille keyboards. I did not know they had Braille keyboards. That like should make sense. I didn't know they had Braille keyboards. Eventually I do want to learn Braille, not gonna lie. I had like this one character that I came up with, and I was like, she's kind of not interesting in the fact that like her struggle, she doesn't have anything, she exists. And then I remember one of the reasons why I liked her design in the first place is because her eyes were kind of like glass. And so I thought, hey, I want to write about a character who can't see. I want to write like a blind character. And I genuinely want to learn like about the deaf, like not the deaf. Though I actually do think the deaf community is also just as interesting. I want to learn about like how the blind community sees. You know, it's just kind of interesting, you know? You just never know. It's interesting. Braille keyboards and other types of input devices designed for users with special needs are discussed in Chapter 13. Interesting. Gaming devices. A variety of gaming devices today. It's kind of weird to think about how the blind frequently use the internet. Yeah, it actually does it is kind of weird. Not because like you have to remember like they're screen readers, and like you look at like what is it? It's just kind of really interesting when you like get into the little intricate like details of like certain things and how they do stuff. It's like what is it? Like obviously, you know, when you're younger you don't know about the like little yellow pads that they have, and you're like, this makes my feet uncomfortable, but then you like learn that it's for them specifically and for other people who just have challenges too. And it's just like you notice small things like as you grow up, and you're like, wow. Like a good example would be like the little dots on like the women's and men's restroom. You just think they're like little dots on there, and then obviously as a kid you try and like poke at it and like probably even scratch it off if you like don't know any better. But then as you grow up, you realize, oh, that's Braille for like the men and women's bathrooms. That's like really cool. So stuff like that's like really, really interesting and really cool to me. Especially, I think one of the most interesting facts has to be about the voice actress of Kimmy for Rugrats. Did you know that the voice actress for Kimmy was blind? And she had like read her whole script via Braille? I thought that was like the most awesome thing. That felt like awesome. That was like awesome to learn because like didn't know that. Yeah, I was like super shocked about that. I was like, man, not that like obviously you don't want to like infantilize people, but it's like, man, I really want them to like get these opportunities. And then they find ways to do those opportunities, and that I'm like, yes, do that again. I want to see that again. That's amazing. I want to like see, because it's like there's not one perspective in life. There's like so many perspectives in life that like you just don't know about because you don't interact with it that often. Like a good example is so I work with kids, and like every now and then like the people I work with, they just laugh. We don't know why they're laughing. We don't know why they're laughing, but they laugh. And you think like, oh, a funny joke happened. No, they just laugh to themselves and each other. And it's like, I wonder what they're thinking about and what they're talking about, because they're nonverbal. And it's like, it's just like interesting. You think about it more often when you're like, dang, I wonder what life looks like to your eyes. Maybe we do see it the same way, but so differently. To be fair, I laugh at random nonsense all the time. Yeah, but like probably not for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes on end. Though granted, humans are weird. We're all weird creatures, aren't we? Gaming devices. A variety of gaming devices today, such as the one blah blah blah, can be used as controllers to supply input to a computer. For instance, a stick of a joystick can be moved with the hand to move an on-screen object, such as a player or vehicle in the game, and buttons pressed to perform their assigned functions, such as jumping or firing a weapon. Gamepads perform similar functions, but are held in the hand instead. Steering wheels are also available for driving games. There are also input devices designed to be used with gaming devices, such as Wii, Xbox, PlayStation, and PlayStation gaming consoles. These include gamepads and steering wheels, the guitars, drums, and other musical instruments, gamepads, balance boards, and other motion-sensitive controllers, and proprietary controllers like the Wiimote, Xbox Kinect, and PlayStation Move. Can you tell how old this book is yet? Then again, I consider myself a child at heart. I think that's the best thing that you can do. Always be a child at heart. Don't be serious all the time. If you're serious all the time, then you're not a fun person. You're not fun to be around, unfortunately. That's just how it is sometimes. There's a time and a place for everything, basically, is what I'm saying. Trackball. Similar to an upside-down mechanical mouse, a trackball has the ball mechanism on top instead of on the bottom. I remember true, as a kid I always wanted Dragon and Spider-Man t-shirts. Yeah. What is it? Can I like say this? Like my family used to own this like mouse with like a red trackball. And obviously, if you remember back then, like trackballs could pop out. For some reason, there were some people who like allowed there to be trackballs where the balls can pop out. And so, obviously, we pulled the ball out. Because of course we did. We're like 10. And we see the mouse with the ball in it. And so we're playing with the ball outside of the mouse. And I think we lost it. I think we lost the trackball. Or we got rid of it. But like, I'm pretty sure it was because we lost the ball. Recently went shopping with friends and basically got the same thing. Yeah. Listen. There are some downsides to being an adult and being a child. You child, you can't get anything you want, but you have all this freedom. And then when you're an adult, you can get all the things you want, but then you lose your freedom. What is it? The ball is rotated. What is it? Trackball. What is it? Similar to an upside-down mechanical mouse, a trackball has a ball mechanism on top instead of on the bottom. Can you tell how old this book is? The ball is rotated with the thumb, hand, or finger to move the on-screen pointer. Because the device itself does not need to be moved, trackballs take up less space on the keyboard on the desktop than mice, and they can be used on a variety of surfaces. Control buttons and wheels. Many consumer devices today, such as smartwatches, GPS devices, and handheld gaming devices, use special control buttons and wheels to select items and use commands to the device. For instance, the Apple Watch has a digital crown button that is used as a pointing device to zoom and scroll. Press the button, return to the homes. Pressing the button returns to the pressing the buttons returns to the watch home screen. The touchpad. Touchpads are weird. I talked about it earlier. I don't dislike touchpads. I think they're fine when it's like you use it, but like it gets kind of annoying after a bit. A touchpad is a touch-sensitive pad across with a fingertip or thumb slide to move the on-screen pointer. Tapping the touchscreen or one of the associated buttons typically performs clicks and other mouse actions. Touchpads are the most common touchpads are the most common pointing device for notebooks and netbooks computers. They are used to point to and select objects to scroll through documents or other content, and to perform gestures such as swiping and pinching. Because touch is so integrated into the newest operations, such as the most recent version of Windows and OS X, there are also standalone touchpads available that can be used with computers that don't have a touchscreen. Touchpads are also built into some keyboards. Let's see. The power is stored in all the trackballs. Of course it is. You think you're gonna... What is it? Not like the infrared's gonna read your blood. What is it? You put your hand... What is it? Like, you put your hand in the hole with the trackball, where the trackball is, and then you just move your hand, like... It's like when you slam your hand in Play-Doh, and all you can do is just... The Play-Doh's not moving, but, like, your hand is moving in it, and you can, like, feel that with every twist and turn, that it's, like, just... Your hand's just reaching the table, because it's, like, you're moving all the Play-Doh everywhere. That's what it would happen. That's what happened if you put your hand in the trackball thing. Takes me back to a first grade computer class. Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you guys this story. I actually had a funny first grade computer story. At the time, I was, like, scared, but, like, now I kind of just laugh at myself. So what happened was that we went to the computer lab for, like, I think the first time, and we were learning about projectors, or some, I don't remember. And so the teacher had the projector, and you know what I did? I took her keys and put them in the projector. Someone saw me. He wasn't like the class snitch, but he was like the exemplary student. He looked at me and was like, We got all the way back to the classroom and she's like, "Where's my keys?" He stood up and was like, "Kendra did it!" And I was like, "What? What? Oh man, I was so like scared, because what happened was that she was like, "Go to the principal's office." And the thing was is that our school top 10 anime portrayals. We weren't even like friends. He was like a kid I knew in my class. What is it? And the thing is, it was more scary because our school was a courtyard school. Our school was a courtyard school. So the first graders we were located near the recess park or whatever. So I had to walk across the entire school to get to the principal's office. I remember being so sad and scared. I just sat on the bench and was like, I don't want to go. Thankfully, like, a teacher consulted me. I don't know who she was, but she talked to me and was like, hey, you just kind of gotta own up to it. And so I walked there. I got I got my slap on. She was a nice principal. I think she was like one of the prettiest principals. I can't remember I'm pretty sure we ended up leaving and then coming back to that school. And then I think she had retired by that point. But I remember she was like she was like the prettiest principal I've ever seen. And then after that, I went to the class. They found her keys. Obviously, because I had to tell them. Oh man, but it was definitely it's definitely a betrayal. Oh, we all do stupid stuff as a kid. Oh man. Scanners, readers, and digital cameras. There are a variety of input devices designed to capture data in digital form so a computer can manipulate it. Some devices, such as scanners and readers, convert data that already exists in physical form, such as one source document like photographs, checks, and product labels. Other devices, such as digital cameras, capture data, initially in digital form. Automating the data entry process is referred to as source data automation and can refer to can refer to capturing data electronically from a source document or entering data directly into a computer at the time and place the data is generated. Source data automation is widely used today because it can save a great deal of time and is much more accurate than recording the data on paper and then later entering it into a computer via a keyboard. It also allows the people who know the most about the events that during the data entry process. Events that the data represents to be the ones who input the data, which helps increase accuracy during the data entry process. I didn't miss the soul-sucking task of textbook reading. But the soul-sucking industry job ain't much better. I rarely read textbooks. I've skimmed textbooks all my life. And the only reason why I am soul-sucking reading this stupid textbook is because it's something I genuinely have to know in order to pass the class. Because the quizzes are 40 questions, so I can't skim it, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure by now maybe I could, but I'm already in this deep. Plus I like doing these reading streams with you guys. During the data entry process. For instance, an insurance adjuster or auto mechanic entering data directly into a computer about the condition of a car involved in an accident will likely have fewer input errors than if he or she recorded the data on paper, and then has an instant key the data into a computer later. Many devices used in source data automation are scanning or reading devices. That is, the devices that scan or read text, printed text, code, or codes or graphics, and translate the results into digital form. The next few sections discuss several types of scanning and reading devices, followed by a look at digital scanners. I've only enjoyed 2 textbooks. One was an animation one for college, and the other was an AP US history book because it actually told us America was kind of evil sometimes. Not same for that, but last semester I read this book on sanitation and safety, and that class was actually really fun. I actually really liked it. So I took the next class for cooking, not because not because I actually was going into cooking. I just liked the class. This class, it was like the hospitality class. Yeah, the hospitality class was soul sucking. Like, this is like soul sucking, but like the hospitality class is soul sucking. Only because I had a bad time getting into the semester. The beginning of this semester, getting the textbook for that was so draining, it affected how I perceived this class. Scanners. A scanner, more officially called an optical scanner, captures an image of an object, usually a flat object, such as printed or documents or photograph, in digital form and then transfers that data to a computer. Typically, the entire document, including both text and images, is input as a single image that can be resized, inserted into other documents, posted on a web page, emailed to someone, printed, or otherwise treated like any other graphical image. The text in the scanned image, however, cannot be edited unless optical character recognition (OCR) software is used in conjunction with the scanner to input the scanned text. As individual text characters. I thought someone was calling me, so I'm sorry. Individuals frequently use scanners to input printed photos or personal documents into a computer. Businesses are increasingly using scanners to convert paper documents into electronic format for archival or document processing purposes. Most scanners scan in color, and some are duplex scanners. That is, they can scan both sides of a document at one time. Scanners with networking capabilities can be used to scan images to other devices on that network, such as a computer or a smartphone. Some can scan directly to a cloud storage account or an email address. The most common type of scanners are discussed next. Flatbed scanners, I think flatbed scanners are more effective, are designed to scan flat objects one page at a time. Oh, never mind. Wrong type of scanner. Wrong type of scanner that I like. And they are the most common type of scanner. Flatbed scanners work in much the same way that photocopiers do. Whatever is been scanned remains stationary while the scanning machine moves underneath it to capture the image. Some scanners can also slides and film negatives in addition to printed documents. Scanners designed for high volume business processing can come with automatic document feeders so that large quantities of paper documents can be scanned, one page after the other, with a single command. Portable scanners are designed to capture text and other data while on the go. Some are full-fledged portable scanners that can capture images of an entire document, such as a printed document or receipt. Others are handheld scanners designed. Hold on. Hold on one quick second, everybody. Alright, we're back, everybody. We're back. We're back to portable scanners. Portable scanners are designed to capture text and other data while on the go. Some blah 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 OCR capabilities. And some of these can also be used to translate scanned text from one language to another. One recent option is a scanner built into a mouse to enable users to switch between mouse actions and scanning as needed. Multimedia, medical, and some business applications may require the use of a third-dimensional 3D scanner, which can scan an item or a person in 3D. Refer again to blah. Task-specific scanners such as a receipt scanner and business card scanner are also available. In addition, scanning hardware is being incorporated into a grouping number of products, such as ATM machines to scan the image of checks deposited into the machine. Typically, the check images are printed on the deposit receipt and can be reviewed online via online banking services. Scanning quality and resolution. The quality of scanned items is indicated by optical resolution, typically measured in the number of dots per inch, DPI. When a document is scanned, typically using scanning software, though some application programs allow you to scan images directly into the program, the resolution of the scanned image can often be specified. The resolution can also be reduced if needed, such as to compress an image to reduce the file size before posting it to a web page. Using an image editing program, Scanners today usually scan in between 75 dpi and 6400 dpi. A higher resolution result is in a better image, but also results in a larger file size. As illustrated in blah. Images need to be scanned at a higher resolution. However, if the image or a part of it will be enlarged significantly, the file size of a scanned image is also determined in part by the physical size of the image. Once an image has been scanned, it can usually be resized and then saved in the appropriate file format and resolution for the application with which the image is to be used. Readers. A variety of readers are available to read the different types of codes and marks used today, as well as to read an individual biometric characteristics. Some of the most common types of readers are discussed next. A barcode is an optical code that represents data with bars of varying widths or heights. Two of the most familiar barcodes are UPC, Universal Product Code, which is the type of barcode found on packaged goods in supermarkets and other retail stores, and ISBN, International Standard Book Number, which is the type of barcode used with printed books. A newer barcode designed for smaller consumer goods such as fresh food is DataBar. Businesses and organizations can also create and use custom barcodes to fulfill their unique needs. For instance, shipping organizations such as FedEx and UPS use custom barcodes to mark packages. Retailers such as Target and Walmart use custom barcodes added to customer receipts to facilitate returns. Hospitals use custom barcodes to match patients with their charts and medicines. Libraries use custom barcodes for checking out and checking in books, and law enforcement agencies use custom barcodes to mark evidence. In fact, any business with a barcode printer and appropriate software can create custom barcodes for use with its product or to classify items, such as paper files or equipment. Used within its organization, the most popular barcode for these types of non-food use is Code 39. Which can encode both letters and numbers. Examples of the Code 39 barcode and Intelligent Mail barcode used in the U.S. Postal Service to represent destination zip codes, as well as shipper IDs and other identifying data specified by the shipper. As shown, blah. These conventional types of barcodes are referred to as one-dimension ID barcodes because they contain data in only one direction, horizontal. Newer two-dimensional barcodes store information both horizontally and vertically. It can hold significantly more data, up to several hundred times more. One of the most common 2D barcodes, the QR, quick response code that represents data with a matrix of small squares, is shown in figure. Most QR codes today are designed to be used by consumers and so are located on items such as magazine and newspaper ads, promotional posters, store displays, and package delivery notices. QR codes are read using a mobile app that displays the embedded information, such as package tracking information, a video clip, or photo, or performs an assigned action, such as entering a contest, displaying a web page, or downloading a coupon or ticket when the QR code is captured. These types of information or assigned action can also be visibly embedded into print media using digital watermarks that can be read by a mobile app, as discussed in Chapter Blah. Digital watermarks embedded into print media often use a barcode or an icon, such as the Women's Day magazine, blah blah blah, to show consumers where to point their smartphone to capture the embedded data. Barcodes are read with barcode readers. Barcode readers use either light reflected from the barcode or imaging technology to interpret the bars contained in the barcode as the number or letters they represent. Then, data associated with that barcode, typically identifying data such as to uniquely identify a product, shipped package, or other item, can be retrieved. Fixed barcode readers are frequently used in point-of-sale systems. Portable barcode readers are also available for individuals who need to scan barcodes while on the go, such as while making walks through the warehouse, retail store, hospital, or other facility. In addition, with the appropriate mobile apps, smartphones, and I moved all the way to the left. Or right. I moved all the way to the right. In addition, with the appropriate mobile apps, smartphone and tablet can read barcodes and digital watermarks, such as to access information and features offered by a QR code or digital watermark, or to comparison shop for products by capturing UPC codes. Radio frequency identification. RFID. Music boy, we're now learning about RFID. Radio frequency identification is a technology that is stored, read, and transmits data locations in RFID tags. RFID tags contain tiny chips and radio antennas. They can be attached to objects such as products, price tags, shipping labels, ID cards, assets such as livestock, vehicle, computers, and other expensive items, and more. The data in RFID tags is read by RFID readers. RFID, word girl. Whenever an RFID tagged item is within range of an RFID reader, such as up to 300 feet or more, depending on the type of tag and radio frequency being used, the tag's built-in antenna allows for information located within the RFID tag to be sent to the reader. Unlike barcodes, RFID tags only need to be within range, not within line of sight, of a reader. This enables RFID readers to read the data stored in many RFID tags at the same time and read them through a cardboard and other materials, a definite advantage for shipping and inventory applications. Another advantage over barcodes is that the RFID tag attached to each item is unique, unlike UPC codes, for instance, that have the same code for all instances of a single product. So each tag can be identified individually and the data can be updated as needed. In addition, the data stored in RFID chips can be updated during the life of a product, such as to record information about a product's origin, shipping history, and the temperature range the item has been exposed to. And that information can be read when needed, such as at a product's final destination. One disadvantage of RFID technology is cost, though the chipless printable RFID tags in development are expected to eventually drop the cost in less than a tenth of a cent per tag. This reduced cost plus the many advantages of RFID over barcodes make it possible that RFID may eventually replace barcodes on product labels and price tags. Because RFID technology can read numerous items at one time, it is also possible that someday RFID will allow a consumer to perform self-checkout at a retail store just by pushing a cart past the RFID reader, which will bring up all items in the cart at one time. RFID is used today for many different applications. Some of the initial RFID applications were tracking the movements of products in shipping containers during transit, tagging pets and livestock, tracking tractors and other large assets. Many of these applications use GPS technology in conjunction with RFID to provide location information for the object to which the RFID tags are attached. RFID is also used by prescription drug manufacturers to comply with government requirements that drugs be tracked throughout their life cycle and to track food products and sources. Don't jump at me. For example, all cows, sheep, and goats in Australia are required to have RFID ear tags so that animals can be traced from birth to slaughter, and diseased animals can be tracked back to their ranches. Dang. Not gonna lie, it's kind of dystopian. Let's see. Other RFID applications include electronic toll collection, automatically deducting highway tolls from a payment account when an RFID tagged car drives past a toll booth, tracking patients at hospitals, increasing efficiency in ticketing applications such as train passes, concert tickets, and ski lift tickets, and speeding up the identification process of travelers at border crossing. In the United States, for instance, several states are issuing enhanced driving licenses that contain RFID chips, and all U.S. passports and U.S. passport cards issued today contain RFID chips. To facilitate electronic payment and other short-range transactions, near-field communications, known as that thing Nintendo owns. It's the thing Nintendo owns, the NFC. NFTs. A short-range wireless communication standard that is based on RFID is increasingly being used. For example, NFC-enabled credit cards and smartphones allow for contactless electronic payments via NFC-enabled payment terminals. Because the credit card or smartphone has to be within an inch or so of the NFC-embedded reader, using NFC is more secure and therefore more appropriate than conventional RFID for electronic payment applications. A variety of RFID readers include handheld, portable, and stationary RFID readers are available to fit the various RFID applications in use today. Handheld RFID readers are used by workers to read RFID tags on the go or to read RFID-enabled tickets at a revenue entrance. Portable RFID readers are used to read all the RFID tags on all the products located inside sealed shipping boxes on a pallet at one time when the pallet passes through the portal. Stationary RFID readers are used at checkout, border crossing, and other locations where RFID tags need to be read on a continual basis. NFC devices are read by NFC-enabled payment terminals or other NFC readers. For a closer look at mobile payments, see the technology in U-Box of Not. Despite all its advantages, RFID growth in the retail industry has been slower than initially expected. This is primarily because at cost constraints and a number of privacy and security issues, such as concern that others might be able to read the data contained in an RFID tag attachment to your clothes, passport, and other personal items. They might be able to make fraudulent charges via your smartphone. Precautions against false fraudulent use, such as requiring a PIN code, signature, or other type of authorization when an RFID or NFC payment system is used, are becoming available. Precautions against fraudulent use, such as requiring a PIN code, signature, or other type of authorization when an RFID or NFC payment system is used, are becoming available. For example, when iPhone 6 users make a payment with Apple Pay, an NFC-based payment system built into Apple Watch and some iPhones, they can authorize the payment via a fingerprint swipe. Privacy advocates are also concerned with linking RFID data tag with personal identifiable data containing in corporate database, such as to track consumer movements or shopping habits. Oh wait, didn't Target get in trouble for that last time? I'm pretty sure Target got in trouble for that last time because they tracked a girl. They tracked a girl's in how she was in the pregnancy section, and they started sending her newspapers regarding pregnancy, and basically Target found out that she was pregnant before her own parents. That was a disaster. MAR. Optical mark readers. Optical mark readers, MAR, input data with optical mark forms to score or tally exams, questionnaires, ballots, and so forth. Typically, you use a pencil to fill in small circles or other shapes on the form to indicate your selection. And then the form is inserted into an optical mark reader, such as the one below, to be scored or tallied. The result can be input into a computer if the optical mark reader is connected to a computer. Optical character recognition, OCAR, refers to the ability of a computer to recognize text characters printed on a document. The characters are read by a compatible scanning device, such as a flatbed scanner or a dedicated OCR reader. And then OCR software is used to identify each character and convert it to editable text. Editable text. While OCR systems can recognize many different types of printed characters, optical characters, which are characters specifically designed to be identified by humans as well as by an OCR device, are often used on documents intended to be processed by an OCR system. For example, optical characters are widely used in processing turnaround documents, such as the monthly bills for credit cards and utility companies. These documents contain optical characters in certain places on the bill to aid processing when consumers send it back with payment or turn it around. Magnetic ink character recognition readers. No, I can't. I don't think I can read this acronym. No. Magnetic ink character recognition is a technology used primarily by the banking industry to facilitate check processing. magnetic ink character recognition characters, such as those he located on the bottom of a check that represent the bank routing number, check number, and account number, are inscribed on checks with magnetic ink when the checks are first printed. These characters can be read, and new characters from, such as to reflect the check amount, can be added to the reader. Also called a check scanner, then when needed. High volume readers are used by banks to process checks deposited at the bank. Small units can be used by many more businesses to deposit paper checks remotely, referred to as a remote deposit and permitted by the Check 21 law, which allows financial institutions to exchange digital checks, images, and process checks electronically. To make a remote deposit using a reader, the check is scanned and then the check data is transmitted to the bank electronically for payment. There's also reader incorporated in most new ATM machines today to enable the information located on checks inserted into the ATM machine to be read at the time of the deposit. Remote deposit and electronic check processing is a growing trend. It is faster and more convenient for businesses and individuals. It also helps the environment because, according to one estimate, a paper check travels 48 miles during processing, which results in an annual cost to the environment of checking processing of more than 80,000 tons of paper used and more than 1,600 million gallons of fuel consumed. In addition, the reader remote deposit can be performed via your smartphone by transmitting photos from the front and back of an endorsed check via your bank mobile app. After the software optimizes the image and verifies meets the 21 check law image standard, the check image and deposit data are transmitted to your bank, and the check is deposited into your bank account. Biometrics is the science of identifying individuals based on measurable biological characteristics. Biometric readers are used to read biometric data about a person so that the individual's identity can be verified based on a particular unique psychological characteristic, such as a fingerprint or face, or personal trait, such as a voice or a signature. Biometric readers can be standalone or built into a computer or mobile device. They can also be built into another piece of hardware, such as a keyboard, an external hard drive, or a USB flash drive. Biometric readers can be used to allow only authorized users access to a computer Biometric readers biometric readers can be used to allow only authorized users access to a computer or facility or to the data stored on a storage device, as well as to authorize electronic payments, log on to secure websites, or punch in and out of work. Biometric use for access control is covered in more detail in Chapter 9. Digital cameras work much like conventional film cameras, but instead of recording images on film, they record them on digital storage medium, such as a flash memory card, embedded flash memory, or a built-in hard drive. Digital cameras are usually designed designated either as still cameras, which take individual still photos, or photo cameras, which capture moving video images. Although many cameras today take both still images and video. In addition to standalone still and video cameras, digital camera capabilities are integrated into many portable computers and mobile devices today. Digital still cameras. Digital still cameras are available in a wide variety of size and capabilities, such as expensive point-and-shoot digital cameras designed for consumers, professional digital cameras, and digital computers integrated into smartphones and other mobile devices. Consumer digital cameras start at around $50. Professional digital cameras can cost several $1,000s each. The primary appeal of digital still cameras is that the images are immediately available for viewing or printing, instead of having to have the film developed first, as was the case with conventional film cameras. One disadvantage of digital cameras is the slight delay between when the user presses the button and when the camera takes the photo, which is essentially important when taking action shots. Although not yet as quick as conventional film cameras, the delay typically associated with digital cameras is getting shorter. Digital still cameras most often use flash memory cards for storage. The number of digital photos that can be stored at one time depending on the capacity of the card being used, as well as the photo resolution being used. Photos taken with the digital camera are typically transferred to a computer or printer via the flash memory card containing the image, or by connecting the camera to the computer or printer using a wired or wireless connection. I'm drinking some water. Some digital cameras and flash memory cards can connect directly to photo sharing websites via a Wi-Fi connection. As discussed in Chapter 7, technology in U-Box not to upload your photos automatically as they are taken. Once the photos have been transferred to the computer, they can be retouched with image editing software. Saved, printed, posted to a website, or burned onto a CD or DVD disc, just like any other digital image. The images on the flash memory card or other storage medium being used with the camera can be deleted at any time to make room for more photos. Other factor affecting digital camera quality is the number of pixels, measured in megapixels or millions of pixels. Good evening. Hello, Nuclear Snowflakes. We're doing homework. something, homework. Yep. Megapixels, we were talking about pixels. Used to store the data for each image. Today's cameras typically use about 8 to 36 megapixels, although other factors such as the quality of the lens and other technology used inside the camera to capture and process images also affect the quality of the digital photos. The number of pixels does impact how large the digital photo can be printed. For instance, to print high-quality 8x10 image or larger prints, a 5 megapixel camera is needed as a medium. Most smartphones today have a built-in digital camera. This has many advantages, such as the ability to keep your friends up to date with your current activities, such as by uploading photos to Facebook, Instagram, or other social media. To take photos of car accidents and other incidents for authorities, and to read barcodes remotely deposit checks. And to read barcodes, remotely deposit checks, and facility gesture input. However, they have also created new ethical problems in our society, such as the ability to take and distribute compromised photos of others, as well as to send compromised photos of oneself to others. A form of sexting, as discussed in detail in Chapter 9. Dang, they're gonna talk about that in this? Oh no, I didn't know this book would get scandalous. Digital video cameras, include digital camcorders and small digital video cameras. Lol. Include digital camcorders and small digital video cameras used in conjunction with computers and other devices. Digital video cameras are often built into portable computers and mobile devices. They are also available as standalone devices, commonly called PC cams or webcams, that connect to a desktop computer or a network. Digital camcorders are similar to conventional analog camcorders, but they store images on digital media, typically on built-in hard drives or embedded flash memory. Video taken on a device with a built-in camera is typically stored on the device's internal storage. Once the video is recorded, it can be transferred to a computer, edited with the software as needed, and saved to a DVD or other type of storage medium. It can also be compressed, made smaller if needed, and then uploaded to social media sites such as YouTube, Facebook, or Vine. Can you tell how old this book is? I'm sorry. This thing referenced Vine in 2023. This book is old. Have Vine in the fancy text and everything. This is the first time I've seen Vine mentioned. Some digital video cameras today can take high definition or Ultra HD 4K video cameras. The good old days. Let's be real here. Yeah. Let's be real here. I'd rather have Vine back with how dated it was than have TikTok. Only because of Vine. I mean, Vine was probably toxic, but it's just not as... Nothing is like TikTok and Twitter. Those two are like toxic cesspits. But we all do it, and we all have it, except for me. I can't do TikTok. Not because I can't, but because I know I'm not going to keep up with it. Some digital video cameras today can take high definition and some include wide angle lens and microphones to facilitate video phone calls and video conferences with multiple individuals. Both individuals and businesses commonly use digital video cameras today. Both can set up a webcam to share a video feed of a scenic location, zoo, or other place with the public via a website. Typical personal applications include recording home videos with a digital camcorder and making video phone calls via computer or smartphone. An emerging personal application is using special home surveillance video cameras for security purposes, such as to monitor an empty house from work or keep an eye on a sleeping baby from another room in the home. Typically, these systems transmit the video either via the internet or a computer or smartphone via a wireless connection to a special display device located in the home. Their use is growing and can give homeowners and parents the peace of mind of being able to watch their home surveillance video via the internet in order to know that their home or children are safe, as well as give them the opportunity to notify the police immediately if they see the house is in the process of being burglarized or their children have been mistreated by a nanny or babysitter. Businesses also often use digital video cameras for security applications, as well as to create videos for marketing purposes and to perform video conferences and webinars, seminars that take place via the web. Digital video cameras can also be used for identification purposes, such as with the face recognition technology used to authorize access to a secure facility or computer resourced via an individual's face, as discussed in more detail in Chapter 9. I want to check how many pages I have left, but then I will feel bad that I'm not there sooner. Audio input is the process of entering audio data into the computer. The most common type of audio input are voice and music. Voice input and speech recognition systems. Voice input, inputting spoken words and converting them to digital form, is typically performed via a microphone, which is often built into the computer or mobile device being used. It can be used in conjunction with sound recorder software to store the voice in an audio file, such as to create a podcast or perform legal or medical dictation. It can also be used to place voice phone calls, as well as in conjunction with speech recognition software to provide spoken instructions to a computer. Speech recognition systems enable the device being used to recognize voice inputs as spoken words. It requires appropriate software such as Dragon Naturally Speaking or Windows Speech Recognition. The heck is Dragon? In addition to a microphone, with speech recognition, voice input can be used to control the computer, such as opening and closing programs, selecting options from a menu or list, and moving the insertion point and that point. It can also be used to input and edit text, including dictating text to be typed, selecting text to be formatted or edited, deleting text, correcting errors, and so forth. Speech recognition systems are used by individuals who cannot use a keyboard, as well as by individuals who prefer not to use a keyboard or who can generate input faster via voice input system. For instance, medical and legal transcription is one of the most frequently used speech recognition applications at the present time. To enable hands-free operations and faster input, speech recognition capabilities are usually incorporated into smartphones, GPS systems, and other mobile devices. They are also commonly built into cars to enable hand-free controls of navigation systems and sound systems. Now that's an idea. You guys know what I'm thinking about. Oh yeah, that whole thing worked out so well last year. As well as to allow hands-free mobile phone calls to take place via the car's voice interface. Specifically, speech recognition systems are frequently used to control machines, robots, and other electronic equipment, such as by surgeons during surgical procedures. They did surgery on a grape? With a typical speech recognition system, a microphone is used to input the spoken words into a computer, and then the sounds are broken into digital representations of phonemes, a basic element of speech such as duh, ah, and guh for the word dog. Next, the speech recognition software analyzes the contents of the speech to convert the phonemes to work. Once words are identified, they are displayed on the screen. If a match is questionable or a homonym is encountered, such as the choice between 2, and 2, to the number 2, the double O, and regular 2, the program analyzes the context in which the word is used in an attempt to identify the correct word. If the program inserts a wrong word while converting the user's voice to text, the user can correct it. To increase the accuracy, most speech recognition software can be trained by the individual user to allow the program to become accustomed to the user's speech patterns, voice, accent, and pronunciation. The basic concept of the speech recognition is also being applied to other audio input applications, and the applications that enable computers and devices to recognize sounds other than voice. For instance, one type of sound recognition system located inside a computer could monitor the sound a hard drive is making to detect a possible malfunction before it happens, and another type could be used in conjunction with security systems to listen for the sound of a door opening or other suspicious sounds in order to alert security personnel. Security personnel. Music input systems. Music input systems are used to input music into a computer, such as to create an original music composition or arrange or create a custom music CD. Exiting music can be input into a computer via music CD or a web download for original compositions. Microphones, keyboard controllers, and guitar controllers can be used to input the music into the keyboard. A MIDI interface is often used to connect musical instruments, such as a guitar shown to a computer. Original music composition can also be created using a conventional computer keyboard with appropriate software or a special device such as a microphone or digital pen designed to input music and convert it to a printed musical score. Once music is input into a computer, it can be saved, modified, played, inserted into other programs, or burned to a CD or DVD. A display device, the most common form of an output device, presents output visually on some type of screen. Because the output appears temporarily on a display device, it is sometimes referred to as a soft copy. The display device for the desktop computer is more formally called a monitor. The display device for a notebook, tablet, smartphone, smartwatch, or other device for which the screen is built into the device is typically called a display screen. In addition to being used with computers and mobile devices, display screens are also built into handheld gaming devices, home entertainment devices like remote controls, television, and portable DVD players, kitchen appliances, e-book readers, and e-book readers or e-readers which display e-books, and other products. Display screens also appear in public locations on digital signage systems, digital signs whose content can be changed throughout the day as needed. The content displayed on a digital sign can be graphics or video sent from a computer, video streamed via a camera, live internet content, and more. For instance, the digital signage system shown in is located inside a convention center and displays information about events taking place at the convention center in the main part of the screen, and real-time stock quotes and other information in the ticker area of the bottom part of the screen. Digital signage systems are also frequently used as outdoor digital billboards to display advertisements in office buildings, to display directions. I lost my place. Directory billboards. Digital signage systems frequently use outdoor billboards to display advertisements in office buildings, to display directories and other information in retail, in stores and restaurants, to advertise specials, and to display menus, for instance, on consumer kiosks, in lecture halls, and in sporting arenas. Digital signage systems can be found in displays used to target advertising to consumers when they are waiting in a checkout line. riding in an elevator or taxi, stopped at a traffic light or some other location where they are captive for a few minutes, a trend referred to as captive marketing. Display device characteristics. Several characteristics and features differentiate one type of display device from another. The following sections discuss a few of the most significant characteristics. Color versus monochrome display. I'm drinking some water. Display devices form images by lighting up the proper configuration of pixels. The smallest colorable area in a display device. Wait, hold on real quick. Okay, I want to make sure. I knew good and well that I almost forgot to change it to the when people follow. Nobody's followed, but that's good. Just as long as you guys actually know I'm acknowledging you. I know I missed BB Chicken yesterday. Display devices form image by lighting up the proper configurations of pixels, the smallest colorable area on a display device, essentially. Several characters to the during and features differentiate one type of display device from another. The following sections discuss blah blah blah. Display devices form images by lighting up the proper configurations of pixels, the smallest colorable area on a display device, essentially tiny dots on a display screen. A variety of technologies can be used to light up the appropriate pixels needed to display a printable particular image, as discussed shortly. Display devices can be monochrome displays in which each pixel can only be one of two colors, such as black and white, or color displays in which each pixel is displayed in combination of three colors, red, green, and blue, in order to display a large range of colors. Most monitors and display devices today are color displays. Rosie the Wizard. Good night. Good night, Rosie. Good night. Hello. Hello and good night. Hello. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Good night. You don't remember me? Your name is vaguely familiar, not gonna lie. Your name is vaguely familiar. Wizard is the hint. Yeah. Let's see who you are. Let's see. Hey, I have no idea. Dang. Rosie was something different before. Okay. Okay. Rosie was something different before. I see. Definitely, yeah, it feels a reptile of sorts. Lizard the Wizard? Lizard the Wizard? Am I close? No. Come on, Lizard the Wizard! Chameleon the Melian. What is it? Nope, sorry. I can't remember, no. Lizard, chameleon, frog the wizard, of course. I was going through all my reptiles. Frog was not on the brain. I forget frogs are like reptiles. Dang. Frog the Wizard. Well, hello, Frog. Thank you for coming back. We are doing my homework because that's pretty much what I've just been doing. Actually, they're amphibians. Okay. Leave me with your dark magic. I'm already busy watching my YouTube as is. Can I remember that frogs are species from the amphibian race. CRT monitors and flat panel displays. Ooh, I want to skip ahead to see if I'm close to finished, but I know good and well I'm going to regret it. The CRT monitors used to be the norm for desktop computers. CRT monitors use the same cathode ray tube technology used in conventional television, in which the electron gun sealed inside a large glass tube projects an electron beam at a screen coated with red, green, and blue phosphor dots. The beam lights up the appropriate colors in each pixel to display the necessary image. As a result, CRTs are large, bulky, and heavy. I have a debate tomorrow. I'm going to pass out. Good night. Well, good night, Rosie Frog. Good night. I wish you good luck on your debate. Ha 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 ha. I wish you luck on your debate. You're gonna pass. You gonna pass, guys. You gonna pass. I'm tired a little bit. Only a little bit. Not too bad. Tired enough. While CRT monitors are still in use, most computers today, as well as most television sets, smartphones, and other consumer devices containing a display screen, use the thinner and lighter flat panel displays, as discussed in more detail shortly. Flat panel displays form images by manipulating electronically charged chemicals or gas sandwiched between thin planes of glass or other transparent materials. Flat panel displays take up less desk space, which makes it possible to use multiple monitors working together to increase the amount of data the user can view at one time, increasing productivity without filling up an entire desk. See blah. Flat panel displays also consume less power than CRTs, and most use digital signals to display images instead of the analog signal used with the CRT monitor, which allows for sharper images. Stop, you're making me want to stay up. Dang. Listen, if you fall asleep to my stream, I count that as a bonus. This textbook is long. Chapter 4 is long. Last I counted, I think I counted like 30 pages yesterday. I don't even know where we are. We're probably at page 25 or something. But we're not at page 36, so we need to get cracking. One disadvantage of a flat pane display is that the image sometimes cannot be seen clearly when viewed from a wide angle. To correct this, some newer monitors today are curved, such as the larger monitor on the right image of blank. RIP, math sucks. I'm learning computer science, so yeah, it sucks. Don't worry though, if I pass this class and then I eventually, because I gotta take this class if I want to take coding classes. Don't worry, it's gonna be worth it, because that means we're gonna be able to code in the future for future streams, and I want to code for you guys because I don't know how to code. It'll give me an excuse to actually put into practice. And then I can make my streams even more fun. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for everybody. So, what is it? Sometimes cannot clearly be viewed from a wide angle. To correct this, some newer monitors today are curved, such as the large monitor that use multiple monitors to use discuss necessary hardware supported, such as the appropriate monitor ports, as discussed shortly. Multiple displays can be used with both desktop and portable computers. Typically, you will use the displays to extend your desktop as blah instead of duplicated. Me when I lie. No, don't worry. Listen, this is painful. I will not, listen. I'm doing it for you guys, but like, let's be real here. You can't hide the fact that this is still painful to sit through. It's painful. It's either do this or learn to code on my own, and I don't even know where to start. So unfortunately, I have to, because I am one of those people who needs a teacher to guide them. Or at least somewhere to start. Size and aspect ratio. Display device size is measured diagonally from corner to corner in a manner similar to the way TV screens are measured. Most desktop computer monitors today are between 19 inches and 30 inches. Through large screens, up to 80 inches and more are becoming increasingly common. Notebook displays are usually between 14 and 17 inches. Netbooks are typically Notebooks 17, 14. Netbooks typically have 10 or 11-inch displays, and tablet displays are typically between 7-inch or 11 inches. To better view DVDs and other multimedia content, most monitors sold today are widescreen display, which conform to the 16 by 9 aspect ratio of widescreen televisions instead of the conventional 4 by 3 aspect ratio. Screen resolution. Regardless of the technology used, the screen of the display device is divided into a fine grid of tiny pixels as previously discussed. The number of pixels used on the display screen determines the screen resolution, which affects the amount of information that can be displayed on the screen at one time. When a higher resolution is selected, such as 1920 pixels horizontally by 1920 pixels horizontal by 1080 pixels vertically for a widescreen computer monitor, written as numbers and read as 1920 by 1080, more information can fit to the screen, but everything will be displayed smaller than with a larger resolution, such as 1024 by 726. Wait, that's not even what is on screen. 1024 by 768. I don't know where the 21 Sony something came from. The screen resolution on many computers today can be changed by users to match their preferences and the software being used. On Windows computers, display options are changed using the control panel. When multiple monitors are used, typically the screen resolution of each display can be set independently of the other. Very high resolution monitors are available for special applications, such as viewing digital X-rays. Video adapters, interfaces, and ports. Video card or graphics card installed inside a computer are integrated graphic components built directly into the motherboard or the CPU of the computer. Houses the graphics processing unit, GPU is what I mean. The chip devoted to rendering images on a display device. The video card or the intended or integrated graphics component determine the graphics capabilities of the computer, including the screen resolutions available, the number of bits used to store color information about each pixel called the bit depth, and the total number of colors that can be used to display images, the number of monitors that can be connected to the computer via that video card or component, and the types of connectors that can be used to connect a monitor to the computer. Video cards typically contain a fan and other cool components to cool the card. Most video cards also contain memory chips, typically called video RAM or VRAM, to support graphics display, although some are designed to use a portion of the computer's regular RAM as video RAM instead. To support higher resolutions, higher bit depth, and a greater number of colors, a sufficient number of video RAM is required. Most video cards today contain between 512 megabytes and 8 and 12 gigabytes of video RAM. A typical video card is shown in blah. The three most common types of interfaces used to connect a monitor to a computer are VGA, Video Graphics Array, DVI, digital visual interface, and HDMI, high definition multimedia interface, as shown in figure blah. VGA is an older connection traditionally used with CTR monitors and many flat panel monitors to transfer analog images to the monitor. DVI uses a more rectangular connector, and it is used with flat panel displays to allow the monitor to receive clear, more reliable digital signals than is possible with a VGA interface. HDMI is a newer type of digital connection that uses a smaller connector. It transfers audio signals as well as video signals and can be used with display devices that support high definition content. Another option is DisplayPort, which supports HD and 4K resolutions and is available in regular sized, as well as the smaller mini DisplayPort format. A video card is an integrated video component in a desktop computer will have at least one port exposed through the system unit case to connect a monitor. Notebook computers and other computers with a built-in display typically contain a monitor port to connect a second monitor to the computer. If the needed port is not available on the computer, often an adapter can be used to connect the monitor to an available port. For example, to connect a DVI monitor to a notebook computer that only has an HDMI port, an HDMI to DVI adapter could be used. There are also adapters to connect monitors to a computer using the computer's USB. These adapters often use DisplayLink USB graphics technology, which uses an embedded chip in the adapter and the processor in the attached computer to process and display the graphical information. DisplayLink USB technology also allows multiple monitors to connect to a single USB port on a computer using multiple adapters and a USB hub, or by using a USB docking station that contains multiple monitor ports. Monitors with DisplayLink USB graphics technology built in can be connected without using an adapter. Just a USB cable is needed. Wired versus wireless display. I want to check so badly, but I know I'm going to regret it. Traditionally, computer monitors are wired displays, that is, monitors that are physically connected to the system unit via a cable. However, an increasing number of display devices today include digital photo frames, e-readers, computer monitors, and television sets are designed to be wireless. Wireless displays can connect to a computer or other device as to a smartphone using a wireless network connecting, such as Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or special wireless standard designed for transmitting multimedia, as discussed in more detail in Chapter 7. Once connected, either all content or selected content from the source device is displayed on the wireless display. High-definition displays. Most displays today are high-definition displays. The most common format is 1080p, which uses a screen resolution of 1920 by 1080 and displays screen images one line at a time, called progressive displays. In contrast, interlaced display like 108 Li display each other line, each pass, which produces screen images that are not as sharp or defined as progressive displays. The newest HD format is Ultra HD 4K, which displays progressive image using about 4 times as many pixels as 1080p displays, as discussed in Chapter 3. displays. As discussed in Chapter 3, 4K content requires a very fast connection and can be compressed by internet delivery. HD and 4K displays are available for both home entertainment and productivity applications, and essentially for professionals who work with photos, video, and other multimedia. Wearable displays. I'm drinking some water. Not gonna lie, I glanced at one of the titles and I thought it said touch grass. Wearable displays. While most displays are designed to be looked at from at least several inches away, some displays are designed to be wearable. Wearable displays can project images such as a smartphone or directly from the internet. Typically, wearable displays have control buttons from the side or for input, which allows the user to see images as if they are on a distant large screen display. Many wearable displays overlay the projected image on top of what the user is seeing in real time to provide augmented reality. One type of wearable display is smart glasses, such as Google Glass. Oh yeah! The smart glasses! I remember that! They didn't look... There was like a image that was circulating a couple of years ago about like wearing like computer type glasses. They're kind of similar to the ones like in Space Boy. That would be cool to have that, not gonna lie. Though Space Boy shows that it is very cool and very scary. Google Glass and the smart glasses shown in figure blah. Smart glasses are used by athletes, mobile workers, soldiers, and other individuals for hands-free communication and notifications. A growing trend is using smart glass with other professions, such as engineering, transportation, oil and gas, and healthcare. For example, medical personnel can use them to view vital signs, test results, and patient health records information, as well as consult with other medical personnel while they are evaluating and treating patients. From a look at another type of wearable display, wearable holographic display, see the touch grass capabilities. Sorry. Touch and gesture capabilities. As discussed earlier in this chapter, it is increasingly common for monitors and display screens to support touch input. Touchscreen displays are commonly used with personal computers as well as with consumer kiosks, portable gaming devices, smartphones, tablets, and other consumer devices. Large screen, such as 55-inch touchscreen displays, are also available for conference rooms and other group locations. Gesture input is widely used with these products, as well as with large screen interactive displays and smart TVs. I want to go ahead, but I can't. Flat panel display technologies. The most common flat panel technologies include liquid crystal display, LCD, various types of light-emitted diodes, LED, gas plasma, and e-paper. One emerging flat panel technology is interferomic modulator display, IMOD. These display technologies are discussed next. Liquid crystal display. More reading. A liquid crystal display, LCD, uses charged liquid crystals located between two sheets of clear material, usually glass or plastic, to light up the appropriate pixels to form the image on the screen. Several layers of liquid crystals are used, and in their normal state, the liquid crystals are aligned so that the liquid passes through the display. When an electrical charge is applied to the liquid crystal via an electrode grid layer contained within the LCD panel, the liquid crystals change their orientation or twist so the light cannot pass through the display, and the liquid crystal at the charged intersections of the electrode grid appear dark. Color LCDs use a color filter that consists of a pattern of red, green, and blue subpixels for each pixel. The voltage used controls the orientation, twisting of the liquid crystal and the amount of light that gets through, affecting the color and shade of that pixel. The 3 different colors blend to make the pixel the appropriate color. LCD can be viewed only with reflective light, unless light is built into the display. Consequently, LCD panels used with computer monitors typically include a light, usually at the rear of the display device, a technique referred to as backlighting. Many newer LCDs use IPS in plane switching technology to display images with a broader range of color and brightness, with a better viewing angle and with less blurring than the display is touched. However, LCD using the older TN twisted pneumatic technology are less expensive. Light-emitted diodes and organic light-emitted diodes, LED and OLED. Light-emitted diodes, LED, displays are another common type of flat plane display. LED displays consist of LCD panels that are backlit with LEDs, LEDs, which are the same type of lights that are commonly used with consumer products, such as alarm clocks and Christmas lights. In addition to standard LED displays, there are several emerging types of LEDs, which are discussed next. Organic light-emitting diodes displays, OLED, are layers of organic material which emits a visible light with electric current when electric current is applied. As shown in blah, each pixel is of an OLED display. OLED? The Nintendo Switch OLED? I finally figured it out. Pixel on an OLED display emits visible light on a necessary color. Because OLED displays emit a visible light, they do not use backlight. This characteristic makes OLED more energy efficient than LCD and LEDs and lengthens the battery life of portable devices using OLED displays. Other advantages of OLED are that they are thinner than LCDs. They have a wider viewing angle than LCDs, and so displays content is visible from virtually all directions, and their images are brighter and sharper than LCDs. OLED displays are incorporated into many consumer devices, including digital cameras, televisions, and smartphones. White OLEDs are beginning to be used with light bulbs. White OLEDs? That's interesting about the OLED. Most smartphones use OLED. Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. We're actually learning something, people. Now we know how the OLED works. Guess you can say Nintendo was OLED to use to the device. There are also a few types of OLEDs that support applications not possible with CRT, LCD, and traditional LED technology. Does it tell you how to make OLED? It's mostly explaining what OLED is. It's mostly explaining all this stuff. There's a few special types of OLED supported, blah blah blah, and original and traditional LED technology. For instance, flexible OLED fold. Flexible OLED fold displayed on OLED displays built on flexible surfaces such as plastic or metallic foil. Flexible displays using fold technology, such as displays for portable computers, smartphones, and televisions that can roll up when not in use, are being developed by several companies. Other possible uses of flexible screens include making lighter displays for computers and mobile devices, integrated displays on military uniform sleeves, and allowing retractable wall-mounted large screen displays. Another form of OLED is transparent OLED. Told displays are transparent and transparent. The portion of the display that does not currently have an image displayed, and the entire display device when it is off, is nearly as transparent as glass, so the user can see through the screen. See through the screen. Transparent OLED technology opens up the possibility of displays on home windows, car windshields, helmet face shields, and other transparent items. A third type of OLED being developed by Universal Display Corporation is phosphorescent OLED or fold. The term phosphorescence refers to a process that results in much more conversion of electrical energy into light instead of heat. With phosphorescence OLEDs can be up to 4 times more efficient than without it. Consequently, folds technology is especially appropriate for use on mobile devices, consumer electronics, and other devices where power consumption is an important concern. I like how they mentioned CRT. No one uses CRT anymore. Yeah. The only people who use CRTs, every time I looked into it, anytime I see anybody mention CRTs, it's always to like play old media again, like playing original Mario Kart and stuff. Like original games that used to play on CRTs. It has its place, but mostly just as classic legacy media. CRTs have their place, but now it's like more relegated to like legacy devices. E-paper, electronic paper, not electronic paper. E-paper displays. E-paper is a technology used with electronic paper displays, EPD. I'm good, I won't make it. That attempts to mimic the look of ordinary printed paper on the display screen. EPD are high contrast, so they can be viewed in direct sunlight. They also require They also require much less electricity than other types of displays because they don't require backlighting and they don't require power to maintain the content shown on the display. They only need power to change the content. E-paper displays are originally used for e-readers, but they are beginning to appear in a wide variety of products, such as on electronic signs, smartwatches, and smartphones, as well as displays built into USB flash drives, tools, credit cards, remote controls, and smartphone cases. EPDs use electronic ink essentially charged ink that consists of millions of tiny beads or microcapsules about half the diameter of a human hair to display images. For monochrome displays, these beads contain positively charged white particles and negatively charged black particles suspended in a clear fluid. When voltage is applied to the beads through the circuitry contained within the display, either the white or the black particles rise to the top and the opposite colored particles are pulled to the bottom of the bead, depending on the polarity of the charge applied. Consequently, the beads in each pixel appear to be either white or black and remain in that state until another transmission changes the pattern. Color e-ink displays work in a similar manner, but typically includes a color filter to make the image appear in color. So it's basically it's just an Etch-a-Sketch. It's just a big Etch-a-Sketch. I do have a CRT television. I do have CRT televisions because it's cool how it radioactive. Not gonna lie, I don't doubt that they're radioactive. So basically, e-papers are giant Etch-a-Sketches. So basically, they're giant Etch-a-Sketch. It's a giant Etch-a-Sketch. An expensive one, too. Just say that. You didn't have to write... You wrote 2 whole paragraphs to explain to me that this is a one big, giant Etch-a-Sketch. They are digital Etch-a-Sketch. Yes, they are. I almost did it. I almost scrolled down to see more pages. I would have been stupid. Another emerging flat panel display technology is interferometric modulators, IMOD displays. Designed initially for mobile phones and other portable devices, an IMOD display is essentially a complex mirror that uses external light, such as from the sun or artificial light inside a building, to display images, because IMOD displays are utilizing light instead of fighting it the way LCD displays do. Images are bright and clear even in direct sunlight. And because backlighting isn't used, power consumption is much less than what is needed for LCD devices. In fact, similar to e-paper, devices use IMOD displays use no power. Similar to e-paper, devices using IMOD displays use no power unless the image changes, so they can remain on at all times without draining the device battery. Beginning to be used on mobile devices, IMOD can eventually be used for large digital signs and other outdoor display devices that normally consume a great deal of power. Lol, Etch-a-Sketch. Yeah, CRTs are radioactive and will irradiate you if the ray shield is broken. Sounds about right. Plasma displays. Plasma. We're plasming, guys. We're plasming. Plasma displays are a layered technology like LCD and OLED, and look similar to LCD displays, but they use a layer of gas between 2 plates of glass instead of liquid crystal or organic material. A phosphor-coated screen, phosphothiolite, with red, green, and blue phosphors for each pixel is used, and an electrode grid layer and electronic charge are used to make the gas atoms light up the appropriate phosphors to create the image on the screen. While plasma technology has traditionally been used with the very large display used by businesses, as well as with many large screen televisions, is being replaced with LEDs. Data and multimedia projectors. A data projector is used to display output from a computer as well as a A data projector is used to display output from a computer to a wall or projection screen. The projectors that are designed primarily to display movies and other multimedia are sometimes called multimedia projectors. Display projectors are often used in classrooms, conference rooms, and similar locations, and can be portable units, freestanding larger units, or units that are permanently mounted onto the ceiling. While larger data projectors typically connect via cable to a computer, wireless projectors that use a Wi-Fi connection are available to more easily project content located on a company network, the internet, or a smartphone. I see. How much of this are you really required to know? This is mostly hobby stuff I know because I'm a nerd. Most of this is not practical knowledge. I know. I'm like, some of this stuff I feel like I don't need to know. Like, I need to know it, but at the same time, it feels like I don't need to know. What is it? What is it? Like, last semester, even my sister, like, she took a computer science class because she kind of had to take it. And she has to take it again. But, even she said that this is kind of, like, outdated. And she's not as, like, into technology as I am. Mind you, I'm mostly a gaming person, so I don't really dabble with technology, though I am trying to now. Even she said some of this stuff was outdated. For projecting content to a small audience while on the go, small Pico projectors are available. These pocket-sized projectors typically connect to a smartphone, portable computer, or other device to enable the device to project an image such as a document, presentation, or movie onto a wall or other flat surface. Projection capabilities are also beginning to be integrated directly into smartphones and smartphone cases in order to project images from a smartphone. In addition, standalone keyboard projectors, such as the one shown in Figure Blah, project a virtual keyboard that can be used with Bluetooth-compatible smartphones and or tablets for easier input. An emerging type of data projector is the 3D projector. Some 3D projectors are designed to project 3D images that are viewed with 3D glasses, similar to a 3D television. Others are designed to project holograms. For instance, holograms of individuals and other objects can be projected onto a stage for a presentation, and hologram display devices can be used in retail stores, exhibitions, and other locations to showcase products or other items in 3D. It's both outdated and useless. Even if it were 100% up to date, still not stuff you need to know. Yeah. Do I bite? We're almost to the end, guys. We're almost to the end. We're almost to the end. We're now learning about printers. I love my computer science class, guys. Printers. Instead of the temporary ever-changing soft copy output that a monitor produces, printers produce hard copy, that is, a permanent copy of the output on paper. Most desktop computers are connected to a printer. Portable computers and some mobile devices can use printers as well. Printer characteristics. Printers differ in a number of important respects, such as the technology used, size, print, quality, speed, and type of connection used. Some general printer characteristics are discussed next, followed by a look at the most common types of printers. I love my computer science class. Almost lol printers. Yes, because computer science requires the knowledge of printers. Granted, maybe I can use this knowledge on printers. I was thinking of maybe doing like, if I wanted to do like personal merch for myself, I could probably use that. Though granted, if I wanted to learn about printers, I could probably just look it up on YouTube. Infinitely more entertaining. Printers produce images through either impact or non-impact technologies. Impact printers, like old ribbon typewriters, have a print mechanism that actually strikes the paper to transfer ink to the paper. For example, a dot metric printer used a print head consists of pins that strike an ink ribbon to transfer the ink to the paper. The appropriate pins are extended and consequently strike the ribbon as the print head moves across the paper in order to form the appropriate words or image. Impact printers are used today primarily for products for producing multi-part forms such as invoices, packing slip, and credit card receipts. Most printers today are non-impact printers, meaning they form images without the print mechanism actually touching the paper. Non-impact printers usually produce higher quality images and are much quieter than impact printers are. The two most common types of printers today, laser printers and inkjet printers, are both non-impact printers. As discussed in more detail shortly, laser printers form images with tone powder, essentially ink powder, and inkjet printers form images with liquid ink. Both impact and non-impact printers form images with dots in a manner similar to the way monitor display images with pixels. Because of this, printers are very versatile and can print text in virtually any size, as well as print photos and other graphical images. In addition to paper, both impact and non-impact printers can print on transparencies, envelopes, mail labels, and more. Okay. Color versus black and white. Both color printers and black and white printers are available. Color printers work similarly to black and white printers, except that instead of using just black ink or toner, they use cyan, blue, magenta, red, and yellow ink or toner. Color printers either apply all the colors in one pass or go through the entire printing process multiple times, applying one color during each pass. Color printers are often used in homes to print photographs, greeting cards, flyers, and more. Businesses may use black and white printers for output that do not need to be in color because it is less expensive and faster to print in black and white, and color printers are for output that need to be in color, such as product brochures and other colorful marketing materials. Print resolutions. Most printing technologies today form images with dots or liquid ink or flecks of toner powder. The number of dots per inch DPI, called the printer resolution, affects the quality of the printed output. Printers with higher print resolution tend to produce sharper text and images than printers with a lower resolution tend to produce, although other factors such as the technology and number of colors used also affect the quality of the printout. Guidelines for acceptable print resolutions are typically 300 dpi for general purpose printouts, 600 dpi for higher quality documents, and 2400 dpi for professional applications. Print speed. Print speed is typically measured in pages per minute, ppm. How long it takes a document to print depends on the actual printer being used. I am 12 years old. The selected printer resolution, the amount of memory inside the printer, and the contents being printed, for instance, pages containing photographs or other images, typically take longer to print than pages containing only text, or full-color pages take longer to print than black and white pages. Because of these variations, the standard of images per minute, IPM, was developed as a more uniform measurement of print speed to allow consumers to more easily compare printers from different manufacturers. Personal versus network printers. Printers today can be designated as personal printers. Printers designed to be connected directly to a single computer, typically via a USB cable, or network printers. Printers designed to be connected directly to a home or an office network. Network printers can be used by anyone connected to the network via a wired or wireless connection, and they are increasingly being used in homes as well as in businesses. Enterprise network printers are designed for high-volume office printing. Typically support multiple paper trays to print various sized documents, and often include other capabilities such as the ability to collate, stamp, hole punch, and print on both sides of the paper, referred to as duplex printing. Networks are discussed in detail in Chapter 7. Give it up for Chapter 7, everybody. Give it up for Chapter 7. Connection options, most personal. Give it up for Day 15. Connection options. Most personal printers today connect to a computer via a USB connection. Many have the option of connecting via a wired or wireless network connection as well. Printers that use Wi-Fi connection are also referred to as wireless printers or wired printers. In addition, some personal printers can receive data to be printed via a flash memory card. Network printers are connected directly to a flash memory card. Network printers are connected directly to a wired or wireless network and can be used by any device on a network or via the internet if cloud printing is available and enabled. For example, networked printers can be accessed via the internet using an appropriate app and assigned email address for the printer, or a cloud print service such as Google Cloud Print. So, if your printer has internet access, you can print content from your smartphone, tablet, or other mobile device to your home or office from any location with internet access. You can also send printouts wirelessly to public printers, such as those located at airports, libraries, office stores, and shipping stores such as FedEx Office and the UPS store. Chapter 7. Give it up for Chapter 7, everybody! Yay! Multi-function capabilities. Many printers today offer more than just printing capabilities. These units, referred to as multifunction devices, MFDs, or all-in-ones. I hate all-in-ones. Just all-in-one computers. Typically copy, scan, fax, and print documents. MFDs can be based on inkjet printers or laser printer technology, and they are available as both color and black and white devices. Although multifunctioning devices have traditionally been desktop units used in small offices and home offices, it is common today for enterprise printers to be multifunction devices. Laser printers are the standard for business documents and come in both personal and network versions. They are also available as both color and black and white printers. To print a document, the laser printer first uses a laser beam to change the appropriate location on a drum to form the page's image, and the toner powdered ink is released from a toner cartridge and sticks to the drum. The toner is then transferred to a piece of paper when the paper is rolled over the drum, and a heating unit fuses the toner powder to the paper to permanently form the image. Laser printer print one entire image at a time and are typically faster and have better quality output than inkjet printers, discussed next. I know about inkjet printers. I have one of those. Give it up for inkjet printers. Inkjet printers form images. This didn't teach me about any new types of printers. I'm done. No, I'm not. Inkjet printers form images by spraying tiny drops of liquid ink from one or more ink cartridges onto the page, one printed line at a time. Some printers print one single-sized ink droplet. Others print using different sized ink droplets and using multiple nozzles or varying electrical charges for more precise printing. The print head for an inkjet printer typically travels back and forth across the page, which is one reason why inkjet printers are slower than laser printers. However, some inkjet printers use a print head that is the full width of the paper, which allows the print head to remain stationary while the paper feeds past it, significantly increasing the speed of the printer. These printers are designed primarily for business use. Because they are relatively inexpensive, have good quality output, and can print in color, inkjet printers are often the printer of choice for home use. With the use of special photo paper, inkjet printers can also print photograph quality digital photos, starting at less than $50 for a simple home printer. Inkjet printers are affordable, although the cost of a replaceable ink cartridge can add up, especially if you do a lot of color printing. I definitely can agree with that. In addition to being used in computer printers, inkjet technologies is being applied to a number of other applications. For instance, inkjet technology may eventually be used for dispensed liquid metals, aromas, computer chips, and other circuitry, and even printing human tissue and other organic materials for medical purposes. For example, researchers are developing silk ink to be used as a base for medical products, such as medical gloves that change color when they are contaminated with bacteria, and smart bandages that are embedded with antibiotics, as well as protein ink that could be used in implants or to stimulate bone growth. It's weird, but okay. Weird, but okay. Alright. We getting there, guys. We getting there. Special purpose printers. Although both laser and inkjet printers are typically printed on a variety of media, including sheets of labels, envelopes, and transparencies, photo paper, and even fabric. In addition to various sizes of paper, some printers are designed for a particular purpose. Some of the most common special purpose printers are discussed next. Barcode, RFID, label, and postage printers. Barcode printers enable businesses and other organizations to print custom barcodes on price tags, shipping labels, and other documents for identification or pricing purposes. Such barcode printers can print labels in a variety of barcode standards, some called RFID printers, can also encode RFID tags embedded in labels. For other types of labels, such as for envelopes, packages, and file folders, regular label printers may come in handy. Some special purpose labeled printers, referred to as postage printers, can print electronic postage, also called e-stamps. E-stamps are valid postage stamps that can be printed via an account from an e-stamp vendor. Postage values are charged to your account as you print the e-stamps. E-stamp service typically allow stamps to be printed directly onto shipping labels and envelopes using laser or inkjet printers. Photo printers are color printers designed to print photographs. They can be connected to a computer to print photos stored on the hard drive. Most photo printers also can print photos directly from the digital camera, smartphone, or storage medium, such as flash memory cards, by connecting the device either physically or wirelessly to the printer. Often, photo printers have a preview screen to allow for minor edits and cropping before printing, but it is usually more efficient to do extensive editing on a computer. Some photo printers can print a variety of photo paper sizes. Others, sometimes called snapshot or pocket printers, print only a standard 4x6 inch photo paper. In addition to photo printers designed for home use, there are also professional photo printers used by businesses and photo processing companies. Although home photo printers offer the convenience of printing digital photos at home, and whenever the need arises, the cost per photo is typically higher than using a photo printing service at a retail store or an internet photo printing service. Portable and integrated printers. Portable printers are small, lightweight printers that can be used on the go, usually on a notebook, computer, or mobile device, and they connect via either a wired or wireless connection. Portable printers that can print a regular-sized 8.5 by 11-inch paper are used by business people while traveling. Portable receipts, label, and barcode printers are used in some service professions. Printers can also be integrated into other devices, such as smartphone cases, and digital cameras, and some portable and integrated printers do not use conventional inkjet or laser technology. For instance, the printer built into the digital camera shown in blah uses a technology developed by Zinc, or for zero ink. Imaging. Zinc printers use no ink. Instead, they use special paper that is coated with a special colored dye crystals. Before printing, the embedded dye crystals are clear, so the paper looks like regular white photo paper. The printer uses heat to activate and colorize these dye crystals when a photo is printed, creating a full color image. The printer shown in blah prints 2 by 3 inch color photos. Large format inkjet printers. To print charts, drawings, maps, blueprints, posters, signs, advertising banners, and other large documents in one piece, a larger printer is needed. Today, most large format printers, sometimes called plotters, are inkjet printers and are designed to print documents up to about 120 inches in width. Although typically used to print on paper, some large format inkjet printers can print directly on fabric and other types of materials. 3D printers. When 3D output is required, 3D printers can be used. Instead of printing on paper, these printers typically form output in layers, use material such as plastic, metal, ceramic, wood, or glass during a series of passes to build a 3D version of the desired output. A process referred to as additive manufacturing, because material is adding instead of being taken away as in traditional subtractive manufacturing. Some printers can produce multicolor output. Others print in only one color, and need to be painted by hand if color output is desired. 3D printers can also print objects containing moving parts, such as gears and action figures with movable joints. 3D printers are available in a variety of sizes, from personal printers for printing smartphone cases, jewelry, toys, jewelry, and other personal objects, to professional printers for printing working products, prototypes, or custom manufactured parts. For example, of a 3D printer is shown in blah. They can even print custom medical and dental prosthetics and implants using FDA-approved 3D material, as well as edible products printed from sugar or chocolate. 3D printed chocolate, not gonna lie, that's pretty neat to learn about. In fact, the FDA recently approved a 3D printed epilepsy medication built with layers of powdered medication. This drug is the first 3D printed product approved for use inside of the human body, and has the advantage of dissolving instantly to make it considerably easier for patients to swallow than the typically large traditional epilepsy pill. The ability of 3D printers to print customized objects on demand is a distinct advantage. For example, NASA has installed a 3D printer at the International Space Station and is testing its ability to print tools and other objects that astronauts may need on demand. In the future, it is possible that 3D printers will be used by consumers on a regular basis to print everyday items on demand. You can already order 3D printed shoes or insoles custom printed to fit to your feet, or 3D printed earbuds custom printed to fit your ears. One issue with the increased ability of 3D printers is the risk of them being used to print dangerous or illegal items, such as working plastic guns. In fact, the first 3D printed gun firing standard bullets was demonstrated in 2013, and more than 100,000 copies of the open source blueprint were downloaded before the files were taken offline per a U.S. State Department request. In some countries, such as Japan, 3D printed guns are illegal, and the first person convicted of making a 3D printed gun is currently serving a 2-year prison sentence. You can't say you didn't see it coming, but at the same time, why? Why? Like Reggie, why bother? Audio output. Audio output includes voice, music, and other audible sounds. Computer speakers, the most common type of audio output device, are either connected to or built into a computer in order to provide audio output for computer games, music, video clips, and TV shows, web conferences, and other applications. True. Yeah. Computer speaker systems resemble their stereo system counterparts and are available in a wide range of prices. Some speaker systems, such as blah, consist of only a pair of speakers. Others include additional speakers and a subwoofer to create better sound, such as a surround sound, and for multimedia content. Instead of being standalone units, the speakers for some desktop computers are built directly into or permanently attached to the monitor. Portable computers and mobile devices typically have speakers integrated into the device. These devices can also be connected to a home or car stereo system. Portable speakers, or a consumer device such as a treadmill that contain a compatible dock, and integrated speakers in order to play music stored on or streamed to the device through these to a speaker system via the device's headphone jack, dock connection, USB port, or wireless connection. For example, the portable wireless speaker shown in Blah can play music from a smartphone whenever that phone is within range. Headphones can be used instead of a speaker when you don't want the audio output to disturb others, such as in a school, computer lab, or public library. Headsets are headphones with a built-in microphone and are often used when dictating, making phone calls, or participating in web conferences using a computer. Wireless headsets are commonly used in conjunction with mobile phones. Even smaller than headphones are the earbuds, often used with smartphones, handheld gaming devices, and other mobile devices. And with that, we are finally done with Chapter 4. I gotta be honest with you guys. I want to talk some more with you guys. I want to hang out and actually talk outside of this. But unfortunately, I have been called to do something else while also being very hungry. So, thank you guys for staying with me, and we shall put the raid messages down because we shall raid someone. Thank you again, everybody who came. It's okay, understandable. Let's be real here, that was way longer than it needed to be. Way longer than it needed to be. You didn't even need 37 pages, and you wasted the last of them talking about printer types. That's not computer science. Not even computer science. I just wasted my time reading about printers. Alright. Paste. So those are the raid messages. We're gonna see, who do we raid? We got Honey. You know what? Why not Honey Cub? Why not Honey Cub? That's not the raid button. Alright, so we shall be raiding Honey Cub. And I shall see you guys next time. Thank you guys for coming. I had so much fun getting this over with. Alright, cool, later. We'll probably meet tomorrow because, like I said, we would probably have to stream 4 times to catch up with my works. We might actually do 3 times 3 times a week if I can get this done sooner than later. If anything though, good night, goodbye, and thank you for coming.